This FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
So you read my mind before I even opened my mouth. Then maybe I say, a bedroom maybe we're gonna have a proper affordable housing. Is it possible?
Yes, possible.
Because based on the 30% here, okay, a idea bedroom maybe a affordable housing pa.
It's possible. There's a new strategy I'm mentioning. Now with the improvement in the economy, now buying is able to provide this infrastructure and get land for these developers. I mean, and the economy will also improve. Now, also income levels also. So it's possible. It's happening in other parts of Africa. It's happening in South Africa. Mandela, through this strategy, built 1 million houses in 5 years. In Côte d'Ivoire, they are using this strategy to do a lot of housing development. It's happening in Kenya and other parts. It's happening in Morocco and other places that I haven't visited yet, but I've read about the strides that they are making in housing development. In Egypt, for instance, massive development is going on there, all because of this strategy. Na strategy make am say me strategy for they are national housing policy no a wumpa there this yeah beboa. Na kwame ade ba konso me buy me hu ye ne say Ghana ha ne ni agency bia in charge of the management, the planning of public housing in Ghana.
Okay.
But Kokro be brave so Abraham be minister. Be kura ma boss in na no more an agency more planning housing development. Ghana inisa before time, you know. Oh yeah, at the ministry level, no. Most of the things were done by the politicians who really didn't have the understanding,
the expertise,
knowledge and the expertise and the knowledge. And what you say? Yeah, share down transit and planning a year. Where Sagleme they are. Things say it was just developed at the very top.
Welcome to that.
CEOs planning going into that. Until at the end of the day, no, all the attempts were not sustainable. It's one of the things that I've also started is to establish a national housing authority whose duty is to plan and manage research so that you can formulate very important housing programs. For instance, this in Sawoso, say any banks in here they are doing is the National Housing Authority that you sit with the banks and plan and come out with schemes for housing development. We don't have that. And you know, two and a month I'm a cabinet I'm a approval for the policy approval for the establishment of the housing authority. As you see, we are working. My ministry is working with the Attorney General's office to develop the bill in the Parliament. To me, passing we say it will be a very important step towards the provision of safe, quality, affordable housing for the Ghanaian people.
Francis Asenso-Boachi, Member of Parliament, Bantama, Minister in charge of Works and Housing. And I know pay when you're in Wada Jabetran Kukroko, so peace 104.3. Obepese, Ubibisana, Simbia, Nasa, Wadrin Trebia, Kaiso bits me about 0244 844 488. 0244 844 488. Minister, me share page 3, FR Okrata, the 2 Jacques point 4, or saying, our engagement today will focus on 2 key areas. 1, review of the rent law, and 2, the Saglemi housing project. Now, remember a review of the rent law. At the end, there was a woman, my reviewer said, Edit to Jamie, Yeriania called the thorny issue of Saglemi. Rent law.
Yo, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Rent law, Ghana, you pass here almost 60 years, 59 years ago, and they passed the rent law. A free honor, no be
almost 60 years ago.
60 years.
Same rent law.
60 years. No be aba. Ama one urbanization rate to say a Kosopa.
Yeah.
Accra, Kumasi, ne other cities. No go for be a bit na hoa. So the rate at which are constructing houses, no, it's not able to measure up to the rate at which the population is growing and the increase in rents and all that. In Tiamat, acquires a landlord, no, and I dictate the pace at the expense of vulnerable tenants. And you know, and they say landlord be also did 3 years advance. And if I say a me, it was 3 years advance. And I did a hard dream. I mean, I did about if you say Hagana for rent.
Oh yeah.
I call rent control. Then go 40 to call now, you know, a lot of problems. And in fact, and Pennyford, Tenants says some review rent bill now. It's over a decade. My minister has been on the drawing board for a long time. We buy the holding kakra abishim. We've gone around to do a lot of stakeholder consultations. Say what we call a draft bill, Attorney General, cabinet also approve say Franco Parliament. Na about where change say gusu are protecting vulnerable tenants. Now ya offer incentives for incentives to landlords, any developers. So they be meeting with me a sidan be brave number for anyway be at. I mean see can your housing deficit of 1.8 million housing units.
That much?
Yes. And on the demand do not call very high as against the supply, and therefore creating some disequilibrium in the rental housing market. And you know, we are trying to strike a good right balance between the interests of tenants, protecting them. I mean, the tenants, and also the interests of landlords. Because landlords for person 3 years. Now, Emran also Emma Quinsa.
That's him, brother, because I 6 months.
6 months. Emran Quinsa, sir. And the only yen say, so Banes only insist also okay. I mean, renty beam. We cry on me, but for a butcherba.
Yeah.
Until the Danny Bemano. Meanwhile, we so hiano pa no fair tree. So it makes the enforcement very difficult.
Yeah.
So, penny for etnas, you know, including tenants and landlords, you know. I say, yeah, more opportunity to increase it to a maximum of 1 year, beyond which it becomes illegal. And no, the next say, yeah, more time kakra to be able to recoup their investment so that they can also reinvest into the construction of housing for rental. Now, yeah, share yet me enforce no this time. This time, when you're enforcing it, you know, say, any IBM landlords for this and other incentives. Woman, if you say boy. Now I feel like a cabinet approve.
Ain't not just say enyanyemra because in core parliament.
No, in core parliament.
Ain't cabinet level.
Cabinet.
Nyama no, does it include say maybe local materials, cement? I don't know.
No.
Incentives now can be there.
Local materials need a part of our affordable housing program to reduce the in fact our affordable housing program American a big component we will insist that local materials
obviously maybe say pozolana cement can one now.
Well, we encourage that. We encourage that, and in fact me buy my visit almost site call a year BRR Kumasi Momo Yaniade. The difficulty is for Ghanaians to accept to use it. Yeah, so right now we are engaging the various stakeholders so that we have more education. I'm a Ghana from so who say idea and also even now it's still expensive because we are not able to produce it in mass quantities. Yeah, and once the Ghanaians accept say a good alternative, you know, it makes me produce more. Now the price is not above form. Yes, even with that, you know, the price will still be high.
Interestingly, more about affordability. Ghana Heims says, you see, then FNB they charge dollars. Yeah, they are not say we shouldn't charge in dollars, but the reality, they say charge dollars. Yeah. I don't know. What can we do? But then beat me off.
Yeah, that is dictated by demand and supply. And that is why we are convinced that if we're able to do more housing development, let's say supply near more, it will regulate it in such a way that they cannot dictate the price. They will be forced to bid the price down which is a basic economist. So our strategy at the ministry is to help construct more houses for Ghanaians.
But Minister, any your strategy, any wadrin chre, any we need to adihunu. Na yakase sebe ne krakra ne saying da ben na yenhwe animu se nyoma okeke fefefe yibe hu se eye adwuma.
For the affordable house, Pokuasi and the days one, we have done everything.
Pokuasi there no.
Yeah, we home people the same. We are ready for construction. But I can't 70 finance for na any more. It didn't town. So their part, no, they will also play their part. Now, in second year, and second 8 minutes starting. But as far as our ministry is concerned, whatever we have to do, we have done it. Yeah.
Peace 104.3 Francis Asensobuachi MP Bant.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.